For the majority of people at OU, the following images are nothing more than simplistic structures around campus. The steps up to Nielsen Hall, a wall next to Dale Hall, nothing out of the ordinary. But for a group of OU students, these simplistic structures are a whole new playing field. The sport, parkour.
Loves it when I bleed, loves to take control. Mushy look that way, take me to the ground. I become the ground, we become the ground.
Parkour is the practice of quickly and efficiently overcoming obstacles in a natural environment. Most of the time, parkour is practiced in urban areas and involves running, jumping, vaulting, balancing, and climbing on whatever the landscape presents. The creation of parkour is attributed to Frenchman David Bell, who combined classical military training, martial arts, and gymnastics to create what he calls an art form that is a way of living as well as a state of mind. Logan Westby, an OU freshman who has practiced parkour for more than 3 years, said that he gets a mental release when his body is engaged in the sport.
When I practice parkour, it gives me, I can just focus on parkour and not have to worry about anything else.
Everyday objects and obstacles take a new meaning when one practices parkour. Westby said that he sees landscapes and architecture differently than he did before he was involved in parkour.
You'd see a playground, and you can recognize things that kids are supposed to do on playgrounds, but after practicing parkour, you can kind of apply that same concept to all different kinds of architecture and just come up with ways to use things.
At OU, students practicing parkour find all kinds of ways to utilize the campus environment. They jump, flip, run, and vault OU's various landscapes on a regular basis. The maneuvers and moves the students execute each have specific names. Chris Stevenson exhibits the dash vault, the Kong vault, and the ever-important land and roll. Logan Westby nails 2 straight rail precisions, and John Fabus clings to a surface for a cat grab. These basic moves are the foundation for the evolving art of parkour. However, many students you may see flipping around campus are actually practicing parkour along with what is called free running. Parkour in its purest form does not actually involve doing flips. Besides flips, there are other discrepancies as to how parkour is practiced. OU freshman Jess Reynolds said that while most students around OU do obstacles or jumps one at a time, with breaks in between, others run non-stop, maintaining a constant flow of speed and agility without any rest.
But every once in a while when we're running OKC, we run with these 2 guys that are gymnasts, and they'll just take off. And they'll run for a quarter mile. I've done that before, but when you get about halfway through, you start getting really tired. Your brain starts slowing down. And so you'll misjudge jumps. We've had guys that get all tired, they try and flip and stop halfway through the flip and land on their back. It gets really gruesome.
Jess knows firsthand just how gruesome parkour can become. Recently, he got a concussion when his hand slipped on a vault. Parkour enthusiasts emphasize practice and physical fitness as key in order to grow in the art form. As the art of parkour develops, those who practice it might look to the passerby like a group of skateboarders. This is a connection the parkour community does not want to be made. An emphasis of parkour is to respect the landscape, be it natural or concrete. Logan Westby said that while many people automatically associate skateboarding with destruction, those who practice parkour deliberately aim to be non-destructive in their actions.
Now that parkour is starting up, people see it developing similar to the way skateboarding did. And so people that practice parkour are now actively trying to make it so that it's perceived as a good thing.
The effort to emphasize the non-destructive nature of parkour might be working. Logan said that when he has had run-ins with the law in the past, he's explained to the authorities what he is doing, and usually there haven't been any problems.
Cops are usually pretty cool about it, surprisingly. They don't care as long as we're not breaking anything or we're not trespassing.
The ideology and practice of parkour is more than just a hobby. For some, it might end up being a career. Deer Creek High School sophomore Cody Green said that he hopes to become a stuntman after high school, and watching some of his parkour moves, who can blame him? Whether it leads to a career, or is just a physically and mentally challenging hobby, parkour forces those who practice it to be disciplined, alert, and in shape at all times. It also provides quite the visual experience for those of us who watch parkour from a distance.
Go.
Parkour might just seem like a bunch of guys jumping off of things, but behind the action there's always intense physical and mental concentration. As founder David Bell has said, it's a way of life. So next time you see someone around campus practicing parkour, jumping, vaulting, running, flipping, remember, it's not just flips, it's a philosophy.